Nabi of Wisdom here in Meridian Wisdom Haven Ministries. 2021-2022 message. As I said earlier, the Heavenly Father created many beings. It's written. He's made celestial beings and other beings. It's not just man on this planet. There are other planets, we know that, right? What you call extraterrestrials, message. This is the message. 2021-2022. I'll put it in regular terms. Human nature, man, causes their own issues. Man needs to make a correction in their actions here. There is unnecessary destruction taking place. This is just me putting it in regular English words. Man is causing their own destruction. And it's unnecessary. Pride comes before a fall. It's written in the Bible. I'm not preaching to anyone. I'm just giving a message. The message basically is 2021, 2022. As I said before in another video, there are angels among us. There have been other of God's creations returning here because of what is going on. And they're saying that the things that are going on here is just unnecessary. And it's a lot of unnecessary stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. You got to do better. You got to be better. You got to heal the traumas on this planet, which according to Revelations is, it's going a different way, but the messages are, you got to get on the right path. Destroying what shouldn't be destroyed and then trying to rebuild something else doesn't make any sense. Could it be boredom? The planet was already made. It had everything in it that was necessary. It has everything that is necessary. I'm trying to put this in certain terms. Man creates their own destruction. And according to the observation of the situation, they seem to enjoy it, which doesn't make any sense. And it's not good. It's not good. It doesn't lead to anything good. They said they will be back. They will be here. 2021, 22, I was told they'll be coming back. 2024, well, 23, there was a noise. It was a horn being blown. 2023, a horn, a loud horn, a loud horn in the AM, sort of like a ram's horn. 2024, shaking, kept, the earth was shaking, but not shaking, it was shaking. Then it was really shaking. There was an eclipse. 2024, it was an eclipse. I think 24 is the year the government put out the video about extraterrestrials. Anyway, that was in 24. I think it was 24 they released the files, whatever. Anyway, so it was an eclipse. It was very reported online and on the news, etc. There was an earthquake. In between those two scenarios with the eclipse and the earthquake and the eclipse, I was doing something. I was just hanging out, doing what I do. And I was told to go to the window. This was in the AM hours. I went to the window. And there was a spaceship in my yard. Not my yard, I don't own the yard. There was a large Magneta spaceship hovering in the air. Now, I don't do any substances. Okay? There was a large Magneta spaceship hovering in the air, and it had a specific sound. Not a sound that I've ever heard. Sort of like an engine, but not an engine. It was out of this world. But it was so peaceful and calm at the same time. It was just there. It was very large, but it was in the air, hovering, and I thought it was going to land, but it just did like this. Like how a cowboy would tip their hat. I thought it was going to land and open. I couldn't move. I don't know if it was shock. I don't know what shock would be like. We know what shock is, but it tilted like it was a greeting, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have my phone. I didn't get to, we think we know what we're going to do when something happens. We think we know what we're going to do if we witness something, but you never know. And I didn't have my phone on me. I just couldn't, it was there. It was like magnetic. It was like a magnet, like pulling me in. It couldn't get my view off of it. And it was like they were letting me know they were here. And then it just went up in the air and took off like something out of a movie. But it wasn't a movie. And it moved so fast, and I pressed my face against the window. Then it went this way real fast, and then first it went up, and it went zoom, and then it went zoom, and it took off all the way so fast. No plane can move like that. No nothing. This is not the Jetsons. The Jetsons, the cartoon. This is real life. I've heard stories in the past. I've watched shows. I love that type of stuff, sci-fi, etc. Whatever. This was not my imagination. I'm not here to try to convince anybody, but I believe I'm supposed to. I know I'm supposed to share certain information. Many people share information every day. But up until that point, 2024, they released, they had to expose what was going on. People have been saying this stuff for years. I have other stories as well, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Yeah, so I seen this beautiful spaceship. I don't know what to say, but they informed me they were here, and that was between the eclipse and the earthquake. But the earthquake, the earth was shaking, according to me, days before the earth actually shook. But that was the message. Since that point, the earth has been shaking randomly. And different things happen, the cold weather, the ice, the iciness. This is different kind of weather we're in now. This is different. This is not, I know winter, but this is different. This is different. This is very different. Anyway, I'm not gonna get all weird, but I just wanted to say that some people say, "Oh, don't say anything." Nah, nah. Listen, so many people say stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take it or leave it, right? Take it or leave it. I'm not trying to convince anything or blah blah blah. I just wanted to share that, something to say, right? Take it or leave it. But it is what it is. It's not me. I'm just giving a message. I'm just giving a message. It's beyond me. I'm just giving a message. I'm not going to sing Kumbaya. I'm not going to act like, oh, everything's peaches and cream, but because we know it's not. Can't say everybody come together, love each other. I can't make people do those things either. Sometimes I have questions. Why this? Why that? Da, da, da. I don't have all the answers, but I'll leave it at that. Nabia Wisdom at Meridian Wisdom Haven Ministries.